Hello everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association's Board Report for the month of March. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. We begin with a look at MSBA's 2012 Legislative Forum, where more than 230 school board members and administrators gathered in Jefferson City recently to learn more about legislative issues that could have an impact on our public schools. Among the speakers was State Representative Joe Aul of Marshall, a member of the House Elementary and Secondary Education Committee and a former superintendent. He said it's critical that school board members and administrators stay in constant contact with legislators, not just during the legislative session, but year-round. And he took issue with some members of the General Assembly who have an agenda that would be harmful to public education.
Public schools are not broke. They're not broke. You're doing a great job. And you've got a lot of challenges, a lot of things that you've got to do out there, a lot of things that really don't relate to education directly that you've got to do with kids, or they're not going to function in your school. And you've got to keep on keeping on. But there's a reform agenda out there. There's some things like you've heard about vouchers. You've heard about overhauling tenure. We've talked about expanding charter schools. We've talked about a lot of different issues, and you might be in favor of these things, you might not be in favor of these things. But I think the thing that's important, you've got to stay politically active. You've got to talk to your representatives. You've got to talk to your senators. Your people need to know how you feel about a lot of these issues.
Aul says fixing the underfunded foundation formula should be a top priority for legislators this year, but he's fearful the issue will be combined with harmful issues such as vouchers. During a panel discussion at the Legislative Forum, MSBA President-elect Jerry Lee, a school board member from Springfield, talked about developing strong relationships with state lawmakers.
It's that personal contact and having that positive relationship with them that we found to be most effective to do that, but really giving them facts, giving them data, so that they have something to hold on to as opposed to just emotional responses to things. We just don't like this. What does it do to our district? What's it doing to our kids? What's it doing to the community? And give them the data that they can go back with.
Also at the Legislative Forum, MSBA members had the opportunity to visit the Capitol and meet with their local legislators. MSBA is urging board members to attend meetings of the School Board Advocacy Network on Tuesdays during the legislative session. Those Tuesday meetings begin at the MSBA Member Relations Center in Jefferson City, located in the Governor Office Building, just a couple of blocks from the Capitol. A ribbon cutting for the facility was held following the Legislative Forum last month. The facility features meeting rooms where board members and administrators can meet with legislators away from the Capitol. The facility also can be used by members for other meetings and retreats. The Department of Elementary and Secondary Education has submitted an application for a waiver from some of the requirements of the No Child Left Behind law. The State Board of Education gave its blessing to the waiver application during its meeting last month. State education officials see the flexibility waiver as an opportunity to redefine and align federal accountability requirements to the state's updated Missouri School Improvement Program, which is designed to ensure all students graduate from high school ready for college and careers. If the waiver is granted, Missouri will use the required elements of the state accountability system for federal compliance purposes. Commissioner Chris Nicastro says she expects a decision on the waiver from the U.S. Department of Education in late April or early May. So far, 11 states have been granted such waivers. Well, you may have heard about the comments made by billionaire Rex Sinquefield linking the Ku Klux Klan to the establishment of public education in America. The comments provoked outrage from many public school advocates, including MSBA. Sinquefield is a major contributor to the campaigns of many state legislators. MSBA President Vic Lenz says those campaign contributions should be returned.
We are asking legislators who have received any contributions from Mr. Sinquefield to return those contributions. This is just not something that we would have any of our public leaders tying themselves to that. We just think that is, as you said, outrageous.
Singfield supports a wide range of issues, including the so-called everything tax that would eliminate the state income tax in favor of a much higher and broader state sales tax. MSBA believes that proposal would devastate the state budget, including state funding for education. Be sure to mark your calendar for the MSBA Spring Regional Meeting in your area. Those meetings will be held in April and May and will focus on the issue of online learning. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.